Greetings, Benjamin J. from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, here's that Marx 595 that just arrived. Double reduction motor, got it on eBay for 10 bucks. I was the only bidder. And as you see, I have repaired the front damage. So, the entire front cowling was knocked out of alignment. This took a tumble off a table, it looks like. Now, this entire front cowling is made of pot metal. And when they cast it directly to this steel body. So the back of this has two studs that stick out that go through a slot in the body itself. And once it cools, you have a sprue there that holds it in place. Anyway, so I took a pair of nippy cutters and I just cut off the pot metal where it went through the hole in the body, took off the entire cowling, repaired that dent as best I could. You can't really tell it. I mean, if you didn't know this was damaged, you wouldn't know it was damaged. Anyway, straightened out the dent, reinstalled the front cowling, touched up the paint, and it is repaired. This actually looks quite nice. As you can see, I've touched up the paint and oiled it, so it's far from perfect, but it's in really decent condition. And it has a full-size double reduction motor. So I've put this on track 1. I just want to take this around so you can see it running. It's actually running quite well. So reverse and forward. As you see, it's running well. That's 50% power. And it's had a grand total of about 15 minutes run time since I took it out of the box. So this is actually running quite well. As you see, I've installed a headlight. So repaired the damage, touched up the paint. So a really nice 595 in really decent condition with a double reduction motor for 10 bucks, and I was the only bidder. So it was a lot of fun. Usually you can have these things repaired in just a matter of minutes. And in this case, it took, I don't know, probably half an hour to do that repair. So I had to pull the side rods off, of course. And then I took the entire front coupling off, or the front cowling off, and then straightened the dent that was in the body itself. Then reinstalled the cowling, put the handrails back on, and just got it reassembled. So you would never know that this had been damaged. It's in actually quite good condition. This is fairly early. This is the 50s, 1955 perhaps, something like that. I've never seen a 595 with a double reduction motor though. So like I said, Marx very likely used what they had. So if they had a surplus of X motor, that's what went in that batch of locomotives. Anyway, a bit more touch-up, and this is actually going to look very, very good. You would never know it was damaged. It fits nice and snug. It's straight and true again, because it was tweaked. So I had to straighten the body out and then repair those dents. I just kind of pulled them out and then re-straightened the metal. I've done a couple of videos on how to do that. Anyway, it worked. It worked really well. And I touched up the paint with the ink marker, let that dry, and then I have just oiled it. And as you can see, I don't think anybody would object to owning this locomotive. It looks nice. It runs well. It'll run better the more it runs, of course. Haven't done anything with the motor yet except oiling the axles. I haven't cleaned the brushes or the armature. It hasn't been lubed. It hasn't been tuned. All I've done is oil it just to get it running. And then I spent, like I said, about a half an hour repairing the damage where it looks very much like it tumbled off a table. Took a lot of energy to make that dent in the top and to knock that entire cowling out of place. But in any case, got it off, straightened it out, just reinstalled it. It looks nice, it runs well, and this has still been here for less than an hour. So still have to pull the motor out and get it lubed and tuned, cleaned up. I did put a light bulb in it while I had it apart. The light bulb was completely missing. And so all in all, a really nice Marx 595 for 10 bucks. Really difficult to beat that. You know, like I stressed, don't overlook the junk. A few minutes work, I got the damage repaired, and this actually looks and runs quite good. Double reduction motor. I'll put a traction tire on this and it'll pull probably almost anything. It's got the same motor as a 666. It doesn't weigh a whole lot. It's stamped steel. But the nice thing is the fact that it's running. It's actually running quite well. Nice and smooth, good constant speed all the way around, as you see. So it was definitely worth the $10. Plus I had the fun of fixing it. So the more this runs, the better it'll run. So by later tonight, this should be purring. This should be running just absolutely perfectly. As you can see, it looks nice, it runs well, and like I said, I originally bought it just to get the motor out of it. And the body was damaged, so didn't think much about the body. And then after I got it and looked at it, I thought I can probably get that front cowling off. And when I did, after that it was really simple. Fairly straightforward. Just straightened the dent out, touched up the paint, put the cowling back on, reinstalled the handrails, touched up the paint, and oiled it. It actually looks quite good. So anyway, I just wanted to do a follow-up video. I'll do a video later tonight once this thing is running really well. But so far, so good. It's running in reverse. It's running forward. Double reduction motor. It looks nice. It runs really well. Like I said, the longer it runs, the better it'll run now. It's been sitting someplace for a long, long time. And it was damaged. So a few minutes work. So like I always stress, don't overlook the junk. This thing was $10 and I was the only bidder on it. It's been here less than an hour. It's repaired and it's running. And as you can see, this actually looks quite good. I don't think anybody would object to owning this locomotive. So I just want to do a quick follow-up video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.